Long live Magellan. We know for sure that there are signs of life at a few places on Venus. We know because we left them there. The smashed, corroding remains of our inquisitive machines. The most recent addition to this smattering of Earth junk is whatever is left of Magellan. If Magellan could have asked us, it might have requested to be cremated and have its ashes scattered around Venus. That's pretty much what happened to it. There could be no more fitting end for the spacecraft that brought a world alive for us. By early October 1994, it was clear that the end was at hand. We had completed most mission goals and funds were running dry. The spacecraft was losing power rapidly, its solar panels finally giving out after seeing Magellan through more than 15,000 orbits. Magellan could have been left circling around Venus, but its low orbit would have decayed eventually, and it would have met the same fate. Instead, it was done in by an assisted suicide that allowed us to perform one final experiment. On October 11, 1994, 5.5 years after it was launched from Earth, we fired thrusters to lower Magellan's orbit into the upper atmosphere. The wing-like solar panels were rotated to make a windmill shape, and we measured the increasing thickness of the upper atmosphere by watching how Magellan spun as it plunged. Magellan died as a kamikaze corkscrew for science, sending home new information until the end. Our tracking stations lost Magellan's signal for the last time at 3 in the morning, California time, on October 12th. We can pretty much guess what happened after that, as Magellan finally entered the world it had circled and scrutinized for years. Footnote: this has been called Magellan's atmospheric re-entry, but that doesn't seem quite the right term for a spacecraft launched from another world. End footnote. The solar panels and large main antenna must have been torn off first. Then various smaller pieces would have started to rip off, some igniting in the growing heat from friction with the increasingly dense atmosphere. But Magellan entered fairly slowly and probably did not burn up entirely. The larger chunks probably fell to the surface, where they would have landed gently because of the dense atmosphere, like shells settling to the bottom of the sea. Judging from Magellan's location at the time of its final transmission, some pieces may have landed on the high peaks of Maxwell Montez. Maybe someday the Smithsonian will offer a prize for the first Magellan part found and returned to Earth.